What's going on, guys? This is Play by Play Tech, episode 41. I'm your host, Mondog Gaming, and my co host, Max Chambers. I was about to call myself you. I was about to be like,
Oh,
I'm your host,
that
Max
would have
Chambers.
been that would have been an epic fail. Failure.
Yeah, man.
I'd be like,
So,
no.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
what's going on, bro?
nothing, man. Just, I got, I'm finally back streaming now. Uh, you know,
About time,
I
man.
know,
You've been
right?
bullshitting.
Yeah, I've been it's good to be back. It felt good to play the game. I've been playing Outriders. Outriders has actually been pretty fun. Um, but the game it's not a one player experience. You have to play with somebody to actually enjoy the game. So
Yeah, that's kind of funny that you say that because I went to charge my phone. That's why you see me turn around. Yeah, because I was playing Outriders. It's I said it's an okay game, but I think it would be a lot better if you play it with a multiplayer with other people and stuff. So I think that's where it I think that's where the game shines at. If you're playing it solo, I don't think you're gonna like it that much. I think it's just an okay game. So that's
yeah,
just
I played it solo, and I don't know. I don't know. I played it solo. It's too hard to play by yourself. I got a little irritated with the game because they sent like 1,000 enemies at you, and I just kept dying. And then when I got on there with a couple of folks from my Discord and our other streamer, Mr. Almost Perfect Gaming, the experience was like it was so much better. It was so much more fun. So, I don't know. There's still a lot that I have to do in this game because everybody's ahead of me.
mm-hmm.
And then I actually learned how to do the crossplay because I was on the Xbox and the other two were on PlayStation. So so that was pretty easy. And then I like it because it's not as tedious as Modern Warfare is, where you got to get the Activision code. If it's on two different consoles, they allow you to generate a game code, and you either read it off to them, or you take a picture of your phone and send it to them through text or something, or put it in Discord, and then everybody can join. Then you can save them as a friend at that instead of people having to find their Activision code from Call of Duty, and then you got to write that entire code down, and then you can save them for that. So I did like that. It kind of reminds me of when I play when I used to play Free Fire, that mobile battle royale game I was playing, where because you could generate a code and anybody can join you, no matter what where you at, what region or whatever. That's how it's supposed to work.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, what about you, Max? You been playing any games?
Uh, have I been playing any? No, not real. Yes and no. I've been still been like doing a lot of demoing on my new OLED TV, my Sony A90J. So
Yeah.
I just been playing a little bit games here and there, but not like anything full blown. Um, Interesting that you said that. I got back into playing a little bit of Gears of War 5 again.
Really?
Yeah, I have yeah, it's kind of funny because I was doing a comparison, I was doing a demo, and then I was saying like this game's starting to get fun again. So I started playing, I picked that back up and I started playing like the new story mission, the Hive part.
Yeah.
And man, I mean graphically it looks really good. So that was kind of like one thing that I started playing again. And also too, I did play a demo, the latest demo of Resident Evil Village. I
They got
did
a newer demo?
do yeah, I did that. That should be on my YouTube
Okay.
channel page where I did like a little gameplay demo. I didn't do no streaming or anything. I should have. I probably might do another streaming, but they're supposed to come out with another demo update, like a different board, a different mission you play in the game. I think this Friday coming up.
Okay.
So it's gonna be interesting and stuff. So that's yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing and stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, and besides that, what you think of Mortal Kombat? Because that's what we saw over the
Well,
weekend.
before we get on Mortal Kombat, let's. I guess I can finish my introduction because I still haven't talked about
Yeah.
everything that I did. So as Max knows, Max knew I was super excited. I finally gave in and bought a Elgato light, thinking I only need the one, and I bought the ring light. Oh, you can't see it in here. All right, so here's the box here. I didn't think you could see it in the stream. I didn't pay no attention. So I like it, and as you can see, my camera is much higher, so I got to do some altering and stuff. But I do like the brightness. It's this is like on medium. This is ridiculous. The thing gets really bright, and right now I'm getting shadows, and with my other cameras, like my shadow on my arm right there, like my
Mhm.
other not my other cameras, the other lighting I have, because I had two simultaneously at the same time. I deleted all the shadows, so now I got this one exposure effect here, but nothing blowing this up back here, so it looks off. And I haven't updated my color correction, so I just noticed that I did it for the we're using Streamlabs OBS, so but I did it for OBS Studio when I streamed the past couple of days, but I forgot to do it here, and my colors are off right now. So hopefully I get it together next stream. Oh, I also purchased. Max is going to talk about me. I gotta get it out of my pocket. Oh, I didn't bring it. Here it is. I also purchased the OnePlus Buds Z, the Stephen Harrington editions, and I actually got a few bucks off of it because I saw I was going to buy it from OnePlus, the website, and they had a white one and they had the Steve Harrington edition. The colors are, colors I wouldn't normally get, but I actually like it. My wife talks about me. She's like, "You got girly colors." I'm like, I think I like it, and it matches my phone because my phone has a similar color. So here's the box here. I don't know if I can get it good because the light is so bright. Okay, boom, there you go. So there it is. There, as you can see, it has like a little purple in it, and it has a like a teal or a whatever. But my phone has the same thing, and it has like a purple color to it. So I wanted to match because this phone is brand new, and I wanted these buds to match. And with the work I do, I can't always hold the phone up to my ear. And of course, they did copy off of Apple's uh, you know, AirPods and how they look and stuff. But I do like the noise cancellation. I do like the special features. I do like the part where if I take them off my ear, anything on the media, it stops. And then I put the buds back in my ear and it keeps going. And I do like the fact, and I used to be cheap and I used to buy the buds off of Amazon. And they were nice. They were Bluetooth 5 compatible. They had all these features, but they didn't last too long. They didn't last too long, and you could tell it was cheap materials, and they didn't have all these special features. So, but this one, it had everything I wanted, and even though it looks like AirPods, they got these cool graphics. I thought I brought them in. I don't have them in my pocket, so I can't really show you how they look. But that's my other purchase that I made. And I'm still on the road to get the OLED. I'm actually really close. They're finally starting to become in stock, so I'm actually happy about
Oh,
it.
it's already at Best Buy.
Yeah, I talked to a guy at Best Buy. I talked to one of the LG specialists there, and he thought
Mm.
I was ready to buy it now. I said, "No, give me about." I was like, "Give me about another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever, and I'll be ready for it." He was like, "What one you want?" I said, "Well, I just want the 65, but Alex says she wants the 77 inch, so I may have to save a little
Oh,
bit more
okay.
money, yeah, and get the 77 inch." So we will see. Hopefully, I can talk her down to 68 because I, I I don't know if it's going to fit on my fireplace mantle, because I haven't moved
Yeah,
anything.
you got to measure that. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
to make sure you measure that correctly because you don't want to miscalculate and then take
Oh,
the
I'll be
TV
pissed.
back. Yeah, so
All right,
yeah, make
so
sure you do that.
Mortal Kombat. All right, you want to start it off, Max, or me?
Mortal Kombat.
So I will say my dig.
No, I was messing with you. Okay, I
But
don't
that
want to get
was
in
one of
trouble for
my
that.
biggest disappointments, though. I wish they would have kept the original soundtrack. They had a glimpse
Yeah,
of it. They had a glimpse of it, but they changed the tune of it a little bit. But it was the same, but it wasn't the same. So it didn't feel the same. I forgot to tell you after that movie went off, I wanted to hear that song, so I went back and I watched Liu Kang fight Shang Tsung on the first one, and I was hyped.
yeah. That's see, that's a funny thing. That movie is so that original movie is so iconic that when it came out in the '90s, because the funny thing is this is like I'm in my 30s right now, but actually I'm about to be 35, so I might as well throw my age out there right now. I'll be 35 this Friday, but to go back to that, I remember that when the movie came out, my mother uh at the time took me to see Mortal Kombat, and she did not want to take me to go and see Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat.
What can
She was
you
just saying like,
bet?
no,
I mean. She
What
saw
would
the
you say?
game. I mean, can you blame her?
No, no. See, the thing is, she was okay with the whole violence and stuff like that. I mean, of course, she educated me about everything, so she didn't have no problem with it. It was just she didn't want to go to the movie because it was like the time that I got the tickets. It was right after she just got off work, and the tickets was already sold out during that time because Mortal Kombat was so hyped up, and everybody wanted to see that movie back then, and it was sold out left and right. So the only time that we were able to get tickets, I want to say it was either Thursday or Friday. No, I think it was. I think it was. No, it was Friday. It was Friday. I was when it released,
Okay.
and my mother was just like so tired. And when that intro came in, my mother just went like, ah. She just got so hyped. She was like, oh, this is so good. And she said, oh, that movie was so great. So it's like now we fast forward to the remake of Mortal Kombat. I kind of wish they would have put that iconic music to that just
Yeah.
to just to get people just to have the nostalgic to it because it's like that's homage to it to the original. So that's what all I was just thinking about. I wish they would have added that original music. If they would have added that original music to it, I think that would have made the movie a little bit better and
Right.
stuff. So
Right.
that's just kind of
Well,
like me.
so overall, my opinion on it, I like the movie. To be honest with you, and maybe it's because uh, what's crazy is I'm a Mortal Kombat fan, but I haven't played the new games. It's hard to say I'm a Mortal Kombat fan, right? Because I get wrapped up in other games and I forget to I forget to go. Like I have Mortal Kombat 11 right now. I bought it day one. It's still in the wrapper behind me. Like I can pull it down and show you. So it's just I and they look sweet. I've played them. They're sweet. I love all the features they have. Um,
Yeah.
but uh I didn't. The whole point of me saying this is that because I haven't played this one now, and I barely played. I did have the one Mortal Kombat 10 before. I really didn't play the whole story mode all the way. I played it, I had fun with it, but then I hopped back on Call of Duty. I'm back on to and start playing that or playing something else.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people's gripe was the new character, right? And I will admit they should have made this character come out in the game first. Come out in the game first,
I don't
and
think so.
I think so. I think they should have made him come out in the
Yeah.
game first, and then so people get to know him. And because I think all the things that I've been reading online is everybody's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Like I don't know who this is. Why is he the main character? I guess everybody expect Liu Kang to be the main character again, like the movies, like the original movies or the older movies, should I say? You know,
Well, I'm kind of glad they didn't make Luke Kane the main. Here's my reason, but I'll let you go. I'll let you go first. So
eh,
go ahead
okay,
with the story.
yeah. So I'm just going off of what I see people are saying. Now, my personal view. I liked the movie. I actually liked the main character. I just didn't know who he was. I when you came over, Max, I thought maybe you knew about the character and you could have told me about him. But apparently
I knew
he's
about the character. I just didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to spoil it to you.
no. But I'm saying in general, the character's backstory. That's what I thought you were going to hit me with, not
I
just.
wasn't going to hit you with it because it would have spoiled the movie.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Yeah.
whoever this new character backstory is before you saw the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, the trailer. I mean, This is a spoiler alert, so I'm not gonna say who the character is, but it was so many. If you looked at the Mortal Kombat trailer, you kind of already have an inkling who the character.
Well, yeah, off the
Uh,
trailer, I'm talking about comic book wise, story wise, from back in the
no,
day.
then,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
no, but they wasn't gonna do. See, this is where I can see where people got upset about saying the storyline was terrible,
I thought the storyline
but
was fine. It was a good twist to the whole Mortal Kombat thing. Now, I wish.
I
Go ahead.
I was just saying that there is some choppiness. So so give you the short answer. I thought it was an okay movie. I gave it I give it a C, or yeah, I give it a C as an average. The reason being is because this is where I'm about to get into it. Where it started off great. That
Amazing.
first intro,
It started off
that
amazing.
first intro, that first intro was great. That's why I thought it was going to get better from there. But after that intro, it just felt like the editing part. That's where it kind of like it switches to a different tone, which I didn't know where they was going with this, and I was like, and that was like the first thing I thought about it. I was like, eh. The story started off really good, and then right when it switched to like the other characters and stuff like that, that's where I thought the story started to fall off, and that's why I just went ahead and just I hate to say it, I kind of like switched my brain off, and I say I just cared about more about the fighting scenes and stuff. Who really stole the movie, and I think people already said this. The guy who played Kano, that guy, he
Oh
he
my
was the star of
goodness,
the whole movie.
that movie
The
would have
guy,
been
the guy,
horrible if
that
they
guy
didn't
was
have him.
great.
That movie would have
Yeah,
been
that
horrible if they didn't have him.
yeah,
Didn't have
that
him.
that guy who, like I said, the actor that played Kano, he did it was spot on. That guy did a great job, and I think he did a better job than the original Kano in Mortal
Hmm.
Kombat. And the guy from the original Mortal Kombat, he was hard to beat. He was up there
Hmm.
and stuff. But the new Kano, like he really took it. He took it to another level. Just it was he did a good job. But going back to the reason why I gave the rating that I gave is because the story part, I thought the story was okay to a certain degree, but it's like the beginning was good. The middle part, that's where it got choppy. And then the second half, that's where it started to get it started to come back. It started to come back together as I'm like, okay, this is starting to get better. And then towards the very end part where it's like that massive battle that was happening, that's where it got good. But in that middle sequence of the movie, that's where I thought it was just like
Well, I think
I
you're
didn't know
missing
what they was
another key.
thinking.
I think you're missing another key point too. They really emphasized Sub Zero in that movie, and he had a really
Oh,
great introduction. As
no,
a
he was
character.
good.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, he was
yeah,
amazing.
they did him.
Perfect.
They did him perfect. They did Scorpio perfect. I wish, and this is kind of like where I'm not trying to get into too much spoiler. I kind of wish they had more of Scorpio in there, and
Scorpion.
that's where Scorpio. I was saying Scorpio. I was saying Scorpion. I don't know why I'm just saying that. Scorpion in there, and reason being, I mean, there's a reason why they didn't do that, but I kind of wish they had more Scorpion in there. And but Sub Zero, I mean, he
Oh my
did a good
goodness.
job. He did a good job. I think Kano did a really good
Oh,
job.
Kano
But
killed it.
all the other characters and stuff like that, it's
Well,
like they
well,
put
what do
so
you
many
think
characters.
about Cabal?
He was good. He had such a short part though. It was just
Yeah,
like he did a good job. But it's like all the other characters in there. They do so many characters in there, and they really didn't focus on those characters. They
yeah,
only focus
and
primarily
that's
on
where I
Cole.
have a problem. That's
Yeah,
where I have a
and
problem.
that's what they said.
Hmm.
They focus really on Cole Young. That's a new character. A little bit of Scorpion and stuff. A little bit and a lot of Sub Zero, but like Jack and let me
Sonya
see,
Blade,
Sonya Blades. They really didn't
Melina.
focus on. Yeah, Melina is like what's the other character? Goro,
Yeah,
Shang Tsung and stuff. Like all those other characters, they was missing. Even Raiden and stuff like that.
yeah,
He that's where it kind of fell apart because I think what they should have done is that they should have gave them more of a story. They don't have to make it a super long story. I mean, they gave it such a backstory, but it's just like those. If you don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, that's pretty much why people. That's why I think why there's such a divide. If you don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, then and you just saw this Mortal Kombat movie, you're gonna be like, "What the heck is going on? And who are these characters?"
yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of people was having a disconnect. For people who are fans like us, we already know
Hmm.
who they are, except for the new character and stuff like that. We was like, well, we really don't care about the backstory, but the people who watching this and don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, that's why it was giving it such a bad rating because it was saying like, okay, Sonya Blade who, Kano who, and stuff like that, Jax
Yeah,
who, and stuff. It just like those
I
characters who are in the game, they have very very rich storylines and stuff, and
yeah
so those kind of like one of the things that was like one of the downfalls of the movie, and then also too kind of like the editing part. And it was kind of weird because it's like the beginning was good, but it was like in the middle part that's what got weird. And then some of the CGI, and I think I told you this, the CGI
yeah I
for
saw
Sub
that.
Zero was so great, but when they got to Goro, and then I think it was some other parts too, I'm not gonna spoil, but when they got to Goro, I was just like, that's where I saw the budget went down. And that's where it looked I mean, I'm being honest, it looked bad for Goro scene and
Yeah,
stuff, and that's why I kind of wish they really really should have put some that's why they should have put some more money on that CGI on Goro. But Sub Zero part was great.
yeah,
Scorpion part was great. It's just like all the other CGI stuff were not that
yeah.
great. Were not that
Yeah.
great.
So I
And
mean,
so that
the movie, I will say this. To me, the movie's good, but my expectations was really high because the trailer that they showed that led up to this was amazing. Like the only time you get amazing trailers like that is when you either see a trailer of Star Wars or something of Marvel, and you get all hyped up and you're ready to go. And what's crazy is they actually have a Star Wars type Marvel execution in the beginning. You get that
Mhm.
like, oh man, this movie's about to be flawless. And then like Max said, once it gets in the middle, it kind of takes you a little bit for a turn. And then I think what they were trying to do is squeeze too much in the middle. They should have just took pointers from the original movies where they only had a select few characters and they focused to build the story of Mortal Kombat, especially if they wanted to expand it to, of course, two, because they're already talking about making two. So the thing about it is, I hope you guys watch it so that they can make a part, because
Yeah.
if they don't make a part two, they won't be able to get better and see the flaws they did in the first one. So
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing I will say too, because even though I get the mixed feelings and stuff, but
mhm.
still going ahead and see that movie because the fact is that I do want another Mortal Kombat movie to be filmed, a next installment. Because the thing is about this, when the first Mortal Kombat came out, I think what was it, 1994 or
What's
something
up,
like that.
EHQ Oxen? Did I pronounce that right? How you doing, buddy? I think he's on your page, Max.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
But I think it was in 94 or something like that. I think when the first Mortal Kombat came out.
yeah, 94, 95, or 97 or something.
Yeah, and that was great. And then the second one, Annihilation, that was god awful. That was the worst movie I
Only
think
good
I ever.
thing about Annihilation is
Oh
they tried to
no,
cram everybody's favorite character in there, because when you saw him, it's like,
no,
oh, there's
it was
Cyrax.
no, it was nothing. It was nothing good about that movie. It was so god awful. I mean that movie, that was the movie. Even as a kid, I think I was gonna walk out the theater because it was that bad. Because it was so terrible what they did with that movie. And so you have one, two, and then you got that huge gap. I mean, we're in 2021. You got the fan made film that made on YouTube and stuff,
That
and
was
of course
good.
that was really good too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that you have close to what, yeah, that was over a decade of Mortal Kombat. It's just been actually more than a decade. It's been 2 decades and stuff since they really made another Mortal Kombat movie. And it's just that game is it got so much story that I just want them to continue it. Yeah, the first movie wasn't great, but it's just the thing is I go ahead and watch the movie and stuff like that. If you
Yeah,
have
watch it.
HBO Max,
I would like to get a
just
part
watch it.
two with the
Yeah, I
same
want to get a part
characters.
two. If
Hmm.
if they could get, I hate to talk about the director. If the director could do a better job, or get a different director, or get a different writer and stuff like that, I think that's where I think it's gonna look better
And
because it has so much potential, and it's just like it was so good for the beginning part, but it's just like the beginning and the end was so good, but it's just the middle. That's where everything was just terrible and stuff
yeah,
like that. So I don't know. Just check that out and stuff. So I know we've been talking about Mortal Kombat for the last
30
30
minutes.
minutes. Yeah. So yeah, that was like one of the things had to get off my chest. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the next topic. Actually, you know
uh,
what? I just thought of something.
what's up?
I may switch up the agenda a little bit. So God, I forgot to send you this link.
You can send it to me
Um,
now.
I can't text it to you though.
Okay.
Let me see if I can text it. Okay, so I'm on Windows Central, right? This is where Windows Central. So this is pretty much a list of Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S games with 120 20 frames per second. So they just released this April 24th, so not too long ago. This just this week. And one of the things that kind of came out of it is that EA came out with a lot of their back catalogs where they did some updates to their games where now they support 120 frames for the Xbox Series X.
Is this the
And
article here that
even
I pulled
for,
up?
let me see. Yep, that's the same article.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. So if you scroll down, you'll see that it starts off with Battlefield 4 and it got 120 frames per second.
Oh, here
Um,
we go.
it's back. Yeah, it's back. It got this is where you see the FPS boost.
Hmm.
Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, Borderlands. We Borderlands I already knew about 120 frames, but it's only at 1080p.
Why? The game is not that
Uh,
demanding.
well, to each his own. So what I'm saying to each his own because like I don't know what the developers are doing, but let me see what else. Call of Duty we already know about. Crosscode. I'm not too familiar with. Destiny 2, we already knew. Devil May Cry Dirt 5. Exo Mecha. That game haven't came out yet. Fortnite, we already knew. Gears 5. Halo Infinite, we knew that. Halo Master Chief Collection, yes, that's 4K 120.
Yeah.
I don't know what this J is. It Judge? I don't know if I'm
Judge or
pronouncing
something. Yeah.
Judge. Haven't played that. But yeah, it's 4K 120. King Eyeball, that's another 4K 120. Metal Hell Slinger. That's another one. Minecraft Dungeon, Mirror Edge. Oh yeah, this is EA. Mirror Edge Catalyst. That's 120 frames, FPS boost. Monster Boy. That's 4K 120. New Super Lucky Tail. Oh yeah, I did play a little bit of that. 4K 120. It's
Is that
okay.
one of those rare games?
Uh, yeah, it's one of those rare games. I
Okay.
played it just to test out the new Sony A90J. It's okay. And
Okay.
so it's nothing to really. I mean, it's a kids game and stuff, so it's not nothing to cry home about. Ori, we already knew about. Orphan of the Machine, Overwatch, Plant vs Zombie, Plants vs Zombie, Garden Warfare. This is EA Games. Plant vs Zombie, Battle for Neighborsville, Rainbow Six. We already knew. Rocket League, Rogue Company,
Why is
Samurai
Rocket
Showdown,
League
Sea of Thieves.
1520p? That makes no sense. That's another game that's not so demanding. Huh.
Well, we don't know. So Samurai Showdown, Sea of Thieves, Second Extinction. That should be coming out. Oh, it came out today, actually, April 28th.
Okay.
So that's another game I gotta download.
Yeah, I gotta check
Um,
that out.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Squadron, Falconeer. Oh my god! So we got Taurus, Titanfall 2. That's all. Get the 120 FPS boost. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but this is at 1080p, but that's good. 120 frame per second. Unravel, Zombie Army 4 Dead War.
I
That's also
never got into the zombie army games. Didn't too much care for
yeah,
them.
but yeah, so I get that. So, but the reason why I thought this article was pretty important is because um there's a lot of games for this is for the Series X. I haven't seen PlayStation 5, but this is a pretty good list
So,
for playing 120. And a
s-
lot of these games that we just mentioned are on Game Pass.
yes. Uh,
So
so what you guys
that's a
waiting on?
home run. Yeah, so whoever have an Xbox or thinking about getting an Xbox, if you had the chance, this is something to think about.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think
so
that's
I'm
great news.
guessing with this, uh, are they starting to open up the Fidelity FX on the AMD hardware? Is how they're able to boost these FPS or boost these frames and the graphics?
So that I do not know, but I know AMD gave some updates for Xbox, and they said they even did it for PlayStation 5 too. So it is available for the Xbox, the Fidelity. But what was it? Fidelity? Is it FX or
FX, yeah,
yeah,
FX,
FX? Yeah. It's just like how they do the same thing with
DLSS.
Nvidia. Yeah, DLSS. So yes, it's available, but the question is, I don't know if developers are taking advantage of that or not. And if they're not taking advantage of it, that's interesting because that's showing that the list that they have right now, they're able to do a 120 without doing the latest update from AMD. The other thing that would be it would be better news is if they start taking advantage of that, that means that it's going to be better for Xbox because then like it start to really show what Xbox is really capable of. Because we kept on mentioning this, I think even before we got the Xbox, we thought that the Xbox, well, we know that the Xbox is more powerful than the PlayStation 5, but when they came out with their launch, Xbox was having some issues with some games. And I think I mentioned like Assassin's Creed Valhalla when I was telling you about the whole screen tearing and stuff. And I was like pissed off about that, but because I couldn't play it on my other Sony TV, I had to play it. The only way to fix it if I had to play it on my Sony, not my Sony, my Samsung Odyssey G7 in order to. I had to enable the VRR variable refresh to stop the screen tearing. But they fixed that later. But the PlayStation 5 wasn't prone to have those issues. So those are kind of like one of the things that I thought was interesting. But now um, Microsoft is updating their dev kits for the developers, and same thing as AMD is updating as well. I think developers are now getting having more and more advantage to utilize what the Xbox is capable of doing and stuff. Because everybody kept on saying that PlayStation 5 is better than Xbox, but I I kept on saying I disagree.
Well, we mentioned
So
it before. We mentioned it before, right? Towards the end of the year, last year, we said hands down the PlayStation One because the PlayStation was first to start bringing graphics boosts to their games, and Max and I was like, "What the heck? The Xbox is much more powerful. What's going on here?" You know. So, but
yeah.
from this article that I pulled up, it looked like yes, this might be Fidelity FX, but no, it might not be Fidelity FX, or this may be something in between with Fidelity FX because this says that Xbox developers can now offer boosted visuals thanks to AMD Fidelity FX software. Okay, the reason why I think this is some form of Fidelity FX or maybe like a test phase for everybody is because of those funny games that we were looking at on that list
Mhm.
at certain, especially Rocket League. Why are you at somewhat close to 1080p at 120? That doesn't make sense to me. But Call of Duty is running 4K 120. You know, so that's why I think that some games are probably actually Fidelity FX implemented. Because if anybody knows the story of Nvidia's DLSS deep learning super sampling, they can push games using it's basically it's not native, but they do such a good job of making it look native, to where it gives you amazing visuals, it gives you the frames, and it doesn't put stress on your graphics card. And hopefully, Xbox can implement that correctly. Not Xbox, AMD. AMD can implement that correctly in their chipset. So this is saying that it's available in game development kits. So I don't think there should be no other way of them unless they're actually using the raw power of the Xbox. But normally, when you're dealing with consoles, when they start boosting the raw power of the consoles, when the generations are about to be over with, like this hasn't been out a year. So I
Yeah.
I don't know what games that they're going with. Django Fett, how you doing, man? Have you played the N64? Yeah, I actually have one right here. I can't pull it out because I got a bunch of games. I got a bunch of games in front of it. But yeah, actually, if you go to my page, Mondog Gaming on Facebook, I actually had a retro
Stop
stream.
pimping your page. No, I'm just messing with you.
I
No,
actually
just go
have
ahead.
I actually have a retro streaming event, and I actually streamed
Hey,
GoldenEye.
Post it on the chat then.
Yeah, let me go to
Yeah,
my
keep make sure you
page.
keep posting it on the chat. So
Yep. 1 second, almost have it.
yeah, keep talking while you're doing that. So yeah, so you got the retro.
Oh yeah, so I did a retro event and I streamed 007 GoldenEye for 64. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I am all for the N64 and the games. I have a Saturn, I have a Dreamcast, I have a PS1, I have a Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and I got all the sweet games too. So I actually collect them. I actually stopped collecting because I have nowhere to put extra consoles and extra games right now. So that's just at this
That's the
point.
gift and the curse for
Yeah, I know, right?
collecting.
I know, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't want the classic consoles, the new ones that come out. So Django Fett says I was considering on buying one after seeing the Mortal Kombat movie. Used to play a ton of back in the
Ooh.
day. I tell you what, Mortal Kombat.
Oh man.
Let's
So
break it down, Max. Mortal Kombat
oh
one.
hold on for yeah hold on for a minute. Yeah. Well, couple of things. Uh, once I want to put a poll up, and I'm going to try to start doing that, but I have to hit 1,000 subscribers. I just found this out, so please subscribe to my channel. But anyway, but the kind of like the poll that we wanted to do for our podcast is that we wanted of what did you think of Mortal Kombat, the movie? Did you like it or dislike it? Or the other question I was going to come up with, do you want to see another Mortal Kombat movie and stuff? That was kind of like the three questions and stuff like that. Or do you think the original was better than the new one? But anyway, you don't have to answer that. But going back to your question, Mo, what do you go back to what you was going to say? You said Mortal Kombat, the first one.
So you got to give it a chance, right? So if you're a young Django Fett, if you're a young person and you play Mortal Kombat, don't expect to be blown away by the 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 graphics of what they are. The reason why Mortal Kombat was so amazing is because back in that day we were on, I think it was on Genesis. Yeah, it came out on Genesis, and we
It
were
came
on.
out for Super NES too.
Yeah, Genesis and Super NES, and then
Yeah,
you had the arcade versions that look better, right? So when Mortal Kombat came out and it came out on those new graphics, 16-bit or whatever, it was actually the first game that actually had human picture integrated graphics in it, not full 3D, but it was like picture like movie type graphics, and
yeah.
it was completely violent. And it combos wasn't made up at the time, so it was a one hit wonder like the old Street Fighter twos and all that stuff.
Well, let me correct you on that. It was violent, but back then, for them to avoid the blood, you had to input a code in there in order to
Well,
unlock the blood.
depending on what you had, because when you went to the arcade,
Because the arcade was a little bit. So the reason why I remember this so vividly because that's where the government was trying to
yep,
intervene, talking about the games were too violent. So that's why when Mortal Kombat came out for Sega Genesis and also for Super NES,
yeah,
it had no blood on there unless you hit a specific code on there, and I
yep,
can't remember the code back then. But once you unlock the code, then you were able
yeah.
to do the
So so
blood
Django
fatalities
Fett,
on
if
there.
you looking into the old Mortal Kombat games, get 1, 2, and get trilogy. You can actually skip 3. You can skip all the other ones in between. If you get 1, 2, and if you get trilogy, now
You didn't
trilogy.
like 3?
No, but you get 3. But if you got trilogy, it was the same game, just a whole hell of a lot more characters. They were just all integrated in there. Because remember, it was
Yeah,
3, then it was 3 Ultimate, and then you had trilogy. And
yeah, the
then
ultimate one.
so don't wait. I mean, unless you're a collector and you want that retro thing or have that statement in the background, collect all of them. But you got 1, 2, 3 was good. 3 was when they first implemented combos. I'll never forget that. And then
Yeah,
everybody,
3 was the combos one.
yeah,
Yep.
everybody would run and kick your butt for like a 7 hit combo and run back. And even though Killer Instinct was doing it since day one, that's where they took that from. But so get Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and get them on Genesis because Nintendo was doing the whole violent thing and stuff like that. And
Yeah, it was weird during that time. That's because the government was trying to really crack down on. That's where they started to really enforce the ratings on there
yeah,
back then. Because we didn't have ratings when we was kids. Because it's younger in our generation and stuff. So
yep.
That's
Yep.
where that's when the government imposed that.
Yeah, so Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, play the original. You'll see when Jax and all that stuff come in. Mortal Kombat 1 only had a select few characters, and Mortal Kombat 2 introduced other main characters when that came out. And then if you buy Mortal Kombat Trilogy, you'll basically have 3 Ultimate and Trilogy at the same time. And get Trilogy on PlayStation. Trilogy on PlayStation 1 allowed you to have all the characters without putting the code in. The one for the 64. And I still remember the code to this day. Left seat, up seat, right seat, down seat, AAB, AA, start. I remember the code back of my head. And you can get all the
Dude,
characters and you can unlock the violence and all that stuff. So,
I absolutely do not remember any of that. Um, it because the first Mortal Kombat what it came out in 92. Mortal Kombat 2 came out
yeah.
in 93. Mortal Kombat 5 came out in 90. Yeah, excuse me, Mortal Kombat 3 95. Trilogy came out in 96. Yeah, because I'm looking at it online right now. I remember Mortal Kombat 4. It came
Oh,
out. That was
yeah.
when the N64. That game was. I didn't like it. I thought that was garbage.
We
Um,
got another one. Hold on. So Scotty
see
Jr. said honorable mentions to Sub Zero solo game. That's funny. Hold on. I'm glad you said that.
what? I,
Boom. Got it right here.
what happened?
He's talking about the Sub Zero game. I have it. I have the Sub Zero solo
Oh,
game.
yeah, Mortal Kombat. Oh, I totally forgot about that game. Yeah, because it was on. I think I got that for the
Yep.
PlayStation. Yeah, I got that for the PlayStation when PlayStation came. Damn, because I'm looking at all these games right now. It started to go downhill. I think right where N64. Yeah, I think when the N64 game came out, that's where it started to go downhill because all the other Mortal Kombat, I think it was Deadly, it was Deadly Alliance, I didn't care about, and then they had Mortal Kombat Deception. I thought that was garbage. Um, yeah, all these other games, and then you had the stupid Special Forces Mortal Kombat, which was god awful as well too.
Yeah.
That's when you had
Oh, yeah.
Jax
That
on
was
there.
horrible. Yeah.
Oh, that was so terrible. It's like more. It's like it's so interesting how the whole Mortal Kombat series came out because the first couple Mortal Kombats like in the 90s they were all great and then just went downhill drastically in the 2000s. And I
Yeah.
stopped playing Mortal Kombat until Mortal Kombat. When did I start playing Mortal Kombat again? I think Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah. That's
No,
when I
take that
started
back.
playing. I started playing 10.
More no. I started playing Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. I started playing that and I said it's okay and stuff, but Mortal Kombat still have a long way to go. And so when Mortal Kombat 10 came back, when that trailer came out, that's where I was like, okay, they doing something. And then when Mortal Kombat 11 came out, because Moan didn't play 11, I played 11.
Nope. I haven't played
And I got
11 yet.
11 was
I have it.
so good.
I have
Yeah,
it. It's
11
still in
was
the wrapper. I have
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 was so good and stuff. So I like I said, they definitely redeemed themselves and it made me be a believer back in the Mortal Kombat series because during that time frame, it sucked. I don't
Well,
care
not
what
only
anybody
that, a lot
say.
of the fighting games were kind of just until Street Fighter revamped themselves and
That's the same. That's true too.
hmm
Until yeah, because Street Fighter had that weird phase too. And
Street Fighter was they started what you call it Third Strike was okay, and then they went into like what the Alpha series, or was it Alpha series first thing Third Strike? Well, anyway, either way it go,
yeah,
when Marvel vs. Capcom came out
damn,
after
you're really
that,
bringing some games back up. I didn't think about that.
after that it was bad. But let me check. Hey, let me show you this though. I also got the old trilogy for 64. So I'm ready. So whoever want to come get some, let's get some.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm just thinking about. I'm just thinking about all the fighting games. It was either you play Mortal Kombat or you play Street Fighter, and I remember during during my childhood and stuff like that, I played both and stuff. But I was more on the Street Fighter side.
Yeah.
Just a simple fact that I the Street Fighter. I was a diehard Street Fighter fan. But Yeah, so yeah, those are games. If you think about picking up the N64, then that's something to think about and
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, now go
So
back to your other
Scotty,
topic.
well, Scotty said somewhere along the line, Midway went under. Yeah, they did. I think
Oh,
NetherRealm.
they did.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
NetherRealm
once
picked up the
NetherRealm came
series.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once NetherRealm came up and picked up the series, it was like it started redeeming itself after when Mortal Kombat 10 came out. That's when that trailer came in and really showed the graphics of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That's why I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be a good game and
Yeah.
stuff." And especially how when they show Scorpion and Raiden fighting each other, that's where I was like, no, it wasn't Scorpion and Raiden. I think that was Mortal Kombat 11 when they did that trailer. It was Scorpion and Sub Zero when they was fighting each other
Hmm.
and stuff. That's where I was just like, "Ooh, this game's gonna be really good. It's gonna be something special."
Oh
So
yeah.
that's what it got me back into Mortal Kombat again.
Yep, and Django Fett said that he used to play Super Smash Bros. On 64 ton too. That's one I don't have.
Ooh,
It's been
Super
hard to collect
Smash.
though.
How do you not have Super Smash Brothers, man? No, I don't even
It's
have the
hard to find them.
N64.
It's hard to find that one
I don't even have the N64 anymore.
and I'm
You
looking
know what? I
for
know.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for Dreamcast, and I mean it's hard. And then when you find one, it's like $200. So if you want it close
No,
in
I don't
box,
have that either.
yeah.
I don't have that either. I still have my Dreamcast in the basement, but I think
I have mine's right
I
here.
have I have zero games on there and stuff.
Really?
So yeah, I don't like I said it is because it's like we move multiple times and I don't know.
Oh, I got you.
I'm going to have to look through that stuff and I didn't even know I had a Dreamcast until I looked through my stuff. I was like, oh, I found the Dreamcast system. It was just like when I found
Well, you know
Batman
what? Go
Arkham
ahead
Asylum.
and send it my way since you didn't too much care about it because you didn't think about it until you saw it. So go ahead and send it my way.
Probably not, but yeah, but yeah, I even had the old PSP God of War edition, but it wasn't working and stuff. But
Okay.
it's kind of crazy to talk about all that old stuff. Damn,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it was old,
Yeah.
but
Django Fett and Scotty, you guys took us back talking about this stuff, man.
Super Smash Brothers, man, that
Yeah.
real
And
I
Mario
remember
Kart.
I had
Mario Kart. I like
yeah
what do you
Super
call it?
Smash Brother. We had I could tell you it just bring back childhood memories because this was before online gaming, and I remember I used to go over this was before I met you, Mo. I remember one of our other friends. I used to go to his house around the corner from my house, like every single day during the summertime. I used to bring my N64 and Super Smash Brother. He had two extra controllers, and we used to play it was like the four of us. We was playing four player battle, and we was playing that Super Smash Brothers, and then it was Mario Kart in 64, and we were just going at it with each other. It was just like back to back, and then GoldenEye. It was Smash Brother, GoldenEye, Mario Kart 64, and then it was I'm trying to remember what was the other game, that shooting game I can't even think of.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I have that
Perfect
too. I
Dark.
have that here.
Man, that Perfect Dark was I mean, those were the four golden games I think we played when I was a
Well,
kid during the
you can't forget
summer
about
break.
Zelda Ocarina of Time and Mario Kart.
I'm talking about like games that you play with
Oh, okay.
your
Yeah,
other
yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
And so those are the four games that was like the pinnacle of my youth until Xbox came out with Halo, and
That was
that
it.
took over everything.
That was it.
Yeah, that took over everything and stuff. Halo just smashed everything. But yeah, this is before online stuff because
Yeah.
I had to ride my bike to some of my friends' house just to play Halo, and we didn't have online stuff. And back then, it was all dial up.
Yep. Yep.
So it's
And
crazy
it
how
was
technology do
horrible.
this.
And
Oh, it was so
what was
terrible.
after dial up? What was the name of it? It was
It was DSL.
DSL, yeah. DSL then broadband
Yeah,
came. And
and then
then
broadband came.
and then everything was
Yeah,
just great.
yeah,
a
and
lot of
now we
people
get to
don't
stream stuff.
a lot of people don't remember, but the PlayStation 2 had online, but you had to buy an attachment, didn't you?
Yeah, I had it. It was so terrible. It was the worst thing.
Dreamcast had online. but nobody really used it
Dreamcast, yeah, Dreamcast Online was better than PlayStation, but that was garbage
because they
too.
had Fantasy
Um,
Star, and you could play Fantasy Star
yeah,
online.
they did have Fantasy Star
Hmm.
Online, and I got to on the Dreamcast controller when you play Sonic the Hedgehog on Dreamcast, you get the update. There was this little I don't know what you call that thing, Digimon, whatever it was. You get
Oh
the
yeah, Digimon
Yeah,
or
you get to play with whatever it was, those Hamagotchi, whatever you call those things. But
Tamagotchi.
anyway, it was
Yeah,
yeah, Tamagotchi. It was one of those memory cards that had Sonic on there. You put in your Dreamcast controller, but you get to update it if you was on the internet, and you get to do like certain boards on there. It was weird and stuff how Dreamcast, but it was very innovative though
yeah,
and stuff. So it was
yeah.
very interesting to
I
see
actually
that.
I have one of those memory cards for the Dreamcast, and you can actually get them now. But they're more of a new company makes them, and you can buy them brand new. But I try to find the original ones because they still work. And I do like how you used to play separate games on them when you didn't have your Dreamcast. You can actually play. Back then, I thought it was just amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's so interesting just thinking about the generation of games because we're I could say our generation and stuff because we was there where Nintendo came, even a little bit of Atari, and then Neo Geo,
Hmm.
and then Super Nintendo, and then Sega Genesis CD, and then there is
The 32X, don't forget
PlayStation.
about that.
Yeah, 30 yeah, Turbo Graphics.
Yeah.
And then
Then it was
Dreamcast,
no. It
and
was
then
after the Sega. It was PlayStation One. That's when it started to get
yeah,
3D.
that's what
Yeah,
PlayStation 1 came out, and then N64 came
64,
out.
and then
Yeah,
Virtual Boy
N64,
after that.
yes, and then Dreamcast, and that's what Sega came out with. Dreamcast
Yeah.
came out
Then
and stuff,
GameCube.
and then GameCube,
It was
and then
GameCube and
after
PS2.
and then
Yeah.
PS2, and that's where Xbox finally came into the ring.
Hmm.
Um Yeah, that was dang. It just telling me because I had all those systems
I had them all.
and stuff,
Hmm.
except for GameCube.
I had
I
GameCube.
refused
GameCube
to.
was awesome.
I didn't care for GameCube and stuff. That was the only system that I didn't care about,
GameCube was awesome
and
for the sports
I didn't
games.
care about the Wii either and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't. I still don't even have. I don't even have a Twitch and stuff because I don't care about it because I felt like the PlayStation 4 during that time and Xbox One X or excuse me, yeah, Xbox One. I had the One X when it came out with the update. I didn't care for it. I didn't care for getting a
The
Nintendo
Wii U
system.
and all
So
that stuff. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I kind of shaved off of Nintendo. Like I told you, I got rid of my Switch because I wasn't playing that thing at all. It wasn't desirable.
yeah, it
I
was a
mean,
waste.
we played Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I played Zelda. Zelda was really good, but I just feel like there's so much you can do with Zelda. All they do is keep the same characters and change the story, but it's the same concept. So
Yeah, I mean, because the only thing, yeah, that's the same thing for me. That was one of the reasons why I didn't want to get a GameCube. But it was just like the N64 version, Ocarina of Time. I just refused to play any other Zelda game after that and stuff. So I was just like, no, I'm not playing it and stuff. So I'm straight and stuff. The only
yeah,
thing I wanted to get a GameCube is to play the remastered version of Metal Gear Solid. That was Was it Snake Eater? No, it wasn't Snake Eater. It was Metal Gear Solid something, but it was a remake of Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation and stuff.
really,
So
I don't remember that, and I've played just about
yeah,
all Metal
game.
Gear.
No, it was if you look it up, you'll see it's GameCube did a remake
GameCube
of
did
the
a
Metal Gear
few
Solid
remakes.
game.
They did Resident Evil One remake, and it was amazing for the GameCube. So
Yeah, GameCube remake of Metal Gear. Yeah, it's called it was Twin Snakes. That's what it was called.
oh, I do remember that game. Okay,
Yeah,
I forget.
yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah, I forgot about that. That's the only one I didn't buy. I didn't buy that one. Uh,
Yeah, that was the only reason I would have got the GameCube was because of Twin Snakes. But I
what
didn't
was
want to.
the Sons of Liberty was the one that came out for the PS2. So, and I think that's when GameCube was
Yes,
out during it. So that's why.
Sons of Liberty.
Hmm.
Was it PS2?
Yeah, that was PS2, where the graphics were just amazing. Those are like that game came
Yeah, it
out
was
first
PS2.
on the PS2, and no other graphics was as good. Maybe Zone of Enders was. Zone of Enders was really good, But other than
Oh
that,
man, Zone of Enders,
yeah.
that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, that was man,
That was like the
that Zone of
best. That was
Enders,
like the
that
best
was
thing to Gundam. The as far as
oh
it was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, that was one of the best mech games I mean, still to this day, I think nobody can even touch Zone of Enders and stuff. So I don't care what anybody say, but what was it Kojima that did that game, or I think Kojima
No,
did
I
that
thought
game.
were they a first party studio because it was the first party. It was first party
No,
game.
it was Konami that did that was the game develop was a studio.
All right, let's find out.
Zone of Enders video game. I think that was Kojima. I swear that was Kojima. Yep,
Zona
Hideo. Yep,
Enders. Oh yeah,
producer
you're
was
right.
Kojima.
Yep, it was
Yeah,
Konami.
yeah, it
Hmm.
was Konami. Yeah, I'll say, because I remember when Kojima said he wanted to do a mech game, and I was like,
Kijima's just amazing.
I yeah, because after playing Metal Gear Solid and seeing what happened in Metal Gear Solid, and when you say you want to do a mech game, I was like, oh, it makes sense because if you looked at Metal Gear Solid, it's like yeah, it's a no brainer, and so
Yeah.
that was a great game and stuff. So
Kojima
yeah,
has the
all right.
best creative developer minds I've ever seen, and I don't think nobody come close to this guy. Imaginary
Oh
concept.
no, yeah,
He's
this
just
guy's mind
he's
is
amazing.
I don't know how he comes up with the stuff that he comes up with. It's just yeah, I mean, he's definitely a visionary when it comes to gaming and stuff. Nobody when it comes to the storyline, I don't care what anybody say, but his storytelling and is unmatched. I mean, because Silent Hill,
Yep.
Metal Gear Solid, Zone of Enders. I know some whole bunch of other games that I'm not thinking of the top of my head, but those are the most iconic games that I could just think of right now. That just they were all different genres. That was the crazy part about it, and he killed it.
Yeah. 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 It just
So
I haven't I don't know what to say. It's just he's the man. He's the man, and I'm glad he's part of. PlayStation is a good fit for him because I think he's PlayStation now. He's a first party PlayStation developer, or does he have his own
rumor had
studio?
rumor has it that that's the rumor. Rumor has it that he might be doing a game for Microsoft. So
Ooh,
that's the rumor. The reason why it's been brought up is because it was doing the interview with Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, and he had Hideo Kojima's one of his games on his desk, and I can't remember which game it was, but people were asking about that, and of course he's not going to comment on it because it's just like the funny thing is when he was doing interviews and people was asking him, is there going to be a smaller version of the Series X? Is there going to be like a lesser version of the Series X? And he kept on saying no. But the funny thing was he had a Series S behind him, and it was in plain view that people really didn't notice. It was in the bookshelf, and so people are now saying like, okay, since you told us that, now they've been looking each time they do an interview with him, they've been noticing certain things. So who knows? It's just a rumor, so I don't know how true that is. So
yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there and stuff. So I know we've been talking forever. So any other topic?
No, I'm actually all good. We extensively touched on Mortal Kombat, and then we went back to
I'm about to
our,
watch it again right
our
after this.
I
So
actually like it. I actually like. So you haven't watched it again since you left my house?
yeah, I watched bits and pieces of it, but I haven't watched like a whole sit through
Yeah.
of the movie. So I know I need to do that now because I think we had a May 23rd or something like that. So
Okay.
I want to watch it. So I want to watch it at least again.
I
Uh
did watch Godzilla versus Kong again. I actually enjoyed that movie. So
yeah, I thought that was good too. And
yeah.
actually the last day of streaming is April 30th. So just giving people a heads up. You got to April 30th until watching Godzilla versus Kong. So if you haven't seen it on HBO Max, now's your time to watch it because after April 30th, which is my birthday, that's
You do
yeah,
anything
it's
special?
it's no, because of COVID. But yeah, that's pretty much yeah. That's pretty much interesting.
Are you
Yeah, I
still
want
there?
to go through some.
Go
What
ahead.
you was gonna say?
No, I was gonna
No,
say,
I was about
uh,
to. Oh, good.
okay,
Go
this
ahead.
is
Go ahead.
going
Go ahead.
nowhere.
Go ahead.
I was gonna
Go
ask
ahead.
you,
Go ahead.
are you getting your shot?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to plan on getting my shot.
All right, I'll send you
I
something.
just have plan.
From Beaumont.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
haven't done anything. But yeah, there's so many other things I want to talk about, but we'll do on the next podcast because I want to talk about state of play. It's supposed to be tomorrow. State of play. They're supposed to be doing a walkthrough. If people are interested, they're going to be doing the state of play. I think we're going to be the new Ratchet and Clank game,
Okay.
and I'm kind of excited. I've never been excited about Ratchet and Clank, but
I don't care for
looking
Ratchet
at
and
the
Clank.
yeah, but looking at the trailer and looking at what the PS5 could do, man, it looks really good and stuff.
Yeah, I
That may
mean, I
be a
saw it.
game that I just pick up.
I just
Yeah,
never was
I know you
interested in
just
it.
not. Yeah, yeah, I get it. But this may be a game that I may pick up and stuff. So
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Before we get off this podcast, we definitely got to talk about Resident Evil. I cannot wait until it comes out. I am looking forward
Resident
to
Evil.
playing the
Oh
Village.
yeah, Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah, we were just talking about that.
that
Yeah.
comes out, I believe. Let's see here. I know when it comes out, but I'm looking. Okay, so it'll be after our
What
podcast
system did
next
you get
week.
it on? That's a question.
I don't know yet. I think I want to do it on
I
the
got it for the
PlayStation.
Xbox. I
Okay.
got it. If you get on a PlayStation, I got it for the Xbox. Just simply because I had a $10 credit, so I was like, why not and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, I need to do some research. Hopefully, they utilize. If they utilize the DualSense, I'm hands down buying it for the PlayStation. If they utilize
yeah,
the DualSense controller and put a bunch of technology in it.
when I was
Uh.
playing the demo, it didn't utilize it, so I'm
Okay.
just throwing it out there. So I
Okay.
don't know if they may make some
Oh, you know
changes to
what?
it.
You may have something because I don't know if it's going to utilize spatial 3D audio for the PlayStation. Did you see anything about that?
He said special audio,
The spatial.
spatial audio.
Mm-hmm. For the PlayStation Pulse
Eh,
headset. So I may get it for that. Yeah, I may have to do it on the Xbox because I love the because the headphones are just amazing, and I love the bass that the Xbox headphones have. So I may.
yeah,
I don't know, man. I got to think about this. I got to do some research between now and the 7th.
yeah. So that's something that yeah, I'm gonna have to. Well, I already pre-ordered for the Xbox, but I was really the reason why I pre-ordered for the Xbox. I know they're probably gonna be pretty much identical on the PlayStation 5 when it comes to graphics wise, but it was just like after that game stack that came out when it was talking about the latest update that Xbox is doing when it comes to graphics and stuff when it comes to graphics boost, I was just thinking like I it might be better to get that game on the Xbox because of it may be optimized better. I don't know. I mean, I could be totally
I
wrong,
got to
but
do the
it's
research.
just
I got to do the
yeah,
research.
that's just the only thing. It's like I'm hoping it is. I hope Capcom does a good job of optimizing this game for the Series X. It's just I have faith in it. I mean, it was just like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I when it first came out, it didn't do so well, but then it got better over time. But it was one of those things that I said, man, I should have got it for the PlayStation 5. But at the same time, too, it's like I really believe in what Microsoft is doing because I think Xbox is heading in a great direction. And that's why I wanted to just give them their support and stuff. So
Okay. All right. Well, other
yeah,
than
that's
that,
it.
I have nothing. So we'll see. But the game comes out after our next podcast, so we will have to talk about it a week after that. So I'm looking forward to talking about that when we play it. Hopefully it stands up to because I enjoyed the demo. I got to pay the. You said he had a new demo, so I got to try that.
Yeah, it's only on PlayStation.
That's fine.
PlayStation 5, the newest demo. And I think the other demo is going to come out for Xbox. I think sometime it's going to be is I think it's going to come out this week or just before the game comes out.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
whatever the exclusive stuff that PlayStation had with Capcom. So
All
I
right.
don't know.
All right. Other than that, that is it. I have nothing. I'm on Dog Gaming with my co-host Max Chamberlain, and this podcast is over. Check us out next week, Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to our pages right here. That's me on Facebook, and then Max is over there on the other side. Other than that, you got anything else, Max?
No, that's it. See you guys on the next one, and appreciate you guys joining.
All right, peace out.